the science of roller skating. Just keep rolling.
Whoa! Look at that!
Science Club for Girls Live. Let's all take one deep dive into the world of science, technology, engineering, and math. Get your safety goggles, 'cause we're making things explode. Science is so fun, so let's take it on the road. Meet a young scientist just like you and learn all about what they do. We'll even learn science that's in the news through one-on-one interviews with SCGLIve and friends. Experimenting never ends. Now let's see what's in store. Just press play and get ready to explore. Ho, 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 hey, hey. Ho, 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 hey.
Wow, Hannah! I feel like the coolest person in the world!
Why is that, Sally?
Oh, it's because I got this helmet today.
Oh, I see that. What were you wearing a helmet for?
Well, I was learning a new skill today that Francesca was teaching me. You want to guess?
Well, I mean, I know I wear a helmet when I ride my bike, so were you learning how to ride a bike?
Even better. Sorry, Hannah. I was learning how to roller skate!
That's awesome! Sally, I wish I knew how to roller skate.
I could teach you sometime, but it's really hard. You know, you fall a lot, and sometimes it makes you a little sad that you fall a lot because you just want to go forward.
I definitely understand. I felt that way when I was learning how to ride my bike too, but luckily I had a helmet just like you did. So whenever I fall, my head was protected.
Exactly. But yeah, I want to be better at roller skating. So guess what today's episode is going to be on?
Is it about roller skating? Sally, that's a great idea because I'm thinking back to our roller coaster episode and it really helped us to not be so scared of roller coasters when we understood the science behind them. So maybe understanding the science of roller skating will help you to be a better roller skater.
Exactly. Today we're going to do so many experiments to learn about roller skating.
Oh.
And I won't be so scared anymore. Maybe I won't fall.
Well, even if you do fall, always good that you have a helmet, and it's okay because you'll get right back up.
Exactly.
Well, I'm very excited for today's episode, so let's get started.
There's a lot of things to consider as a roller skater when you're at the skate park. There's a lot of different things that can determine how fast or how slow you're gonna go. There's ramps, there's little dips, there's bowls, there's hips. Oh my goodness, so many different things. But today,
We're gonna do an experiment to explore the physics of ramps.
exactly. Some of the factors that we're gonna do today, that we're gonna cover, are triangles, height, and friction. Whew, sounds like a lot, but don't worry, young scientists. We're totally gonna nail it at the park today.
We sure are, and all those factors will really help determine how fast you go down the ramp. For this experiment, you can really use whatever you have around your house, but we are going to use some tinfoil, some bubble wrap, cardboard boxes as our ramps, boxes of different heights to make sure that we can have our ramp go really high or really low, some tape, marbles or bouncy balls. We also have toy cars. You can use anything with wheels would also work as well.
Yep. All right, let's get started. Now, the first thing that we're going to test today is friction. What is friction? Well, it's the resistance of movement when two objects are rubbing against each other. Think about your hands. When we have them moving like this, you can move them pretty freely and fast, as fast as you want. But if you put them together and start rubbing them, you're going to feel that maybe there's something holding you back from going as fast or as slow as you want.
You might also feel a warming sensation. That's warmth that's being caused by the friction.
By friction. Yep. So we're gonna test out friction on our ramp today by using different materials on our ramp. Now the friction is gonna be between our skate, which is represented by this toy car, and the surface of the ramp. Now, what are we missing, Hannah?
We actually need to make our ramp.
Oh yeah. Let's make our ramp right now. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your cardboard and any object to hold it up and make it at an angle. There we go, we have a ramp. All right, so first let's test out our skate on the plain ramp.
Plain cardboard surface. Ready?
Whoa, that's kind of fast.
That was pretty fast. I wonder if we wanted to slow our skate down, would we need more friction or less friction on the surface?
I'm thinking that we're gonna need more friction so that it slows down the motion. More friction will cause more resistance to the motion, meaning it will go slower.
Which of our materials, the aluminum foil or the bubble wrap, will produce more friction?
I think the bubble wrap.
I think so too, especially because it has these bumps that might prevent our skates from smoothly going down the surface. Let's try.
All right, here we go.
There's so much friction that our skate isn't even going down the ramp. I don't know about you, Francesca, but I would not have too much fun on this ramp.
Me neither. Let's try something more like aluminum foil. There's not much on it at all. It's pretty smooth. All right, here we go. Wow, that was just as fast as just the plain cardboard.
Definitely. That must mean that the aluminum foil didn't have much friction, but the bubble wrap produced a lot of friction between the wheels and the bubble wrap. It's important to have a smooth, flat surface when skating, so there's not a lot of friction, and your skates can go really fast.
Yup, it's a lot of fun. Now we're going to talk about angles and triangles and height, and how that all affects the speed of our roller skates.
Awesome. An angle is formed when two lines meet at a shared point.
See, you can see it kind of a triangle here. And now you see what this and this box meet, it creates an angle.
Big angle, small angle. Big angle, small angle.
So now we're going to test the two out to see if it affects the speed of our roller skate.
Awesome. I'm going to start out with a pretty big angle. You'll notice that in order to create a big angle, I need to have a lot of height over here. So I'm going to hold it up here. And Francesca, you're going to let our roller skate roll.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that was pretty fast.
I would be definitely very scared to go down this kind of ramp.
Exactly, maybe not so beginner friendly, but if we have a smaller angle, if we lower this part of the ramp, it'll create a smaller angle. So maybe our roller skate will go much slower.
I hope so.
That seemed more manageable. Let's see if we can lower it even more. All right, we got a pretty small angle right over here. Here, let me show you. We got a pretty small angle right over here. So let's see if it goes slower. Yeah.
Definitely slower. It's kind of cool how we can change the speed of our roller skates by either increasing the angle and increasing the height, or decreasing the angle and lowering the height.
Yep. So remember, when you're out there at the skate park, look out for those angles and look out for that friction to see how fast or how slow you want to go.
Awesome. Now there's one other thing we should talk about when we talk about ramps, and that is potential and kinetic energy.
Yep. Potential energy is the energy an object holds based on how far it is from the initial ground. So, right here, this roller skate doesn't have a lot of potential energy, but if I put it really high, it'll have a lot of potential energy because it's higher up. And now there's also kinetic energy, which is the energy you have when you're moving. So, right now, this car doesn't have a lot of kinetic energy. It's not moving at all, but if I drop it, it had a lot of kinetic energy because it dropped and it was moving. You notice that it had a lot of potential energy up here, but no kinetic energy. But when I dropped it and it lowered, it had kinetic energy and lost its potential energy because it wasn't as high up. Now, we're gonna test this out with our ramps.
Awesome. We're gonna see if the higher our ramp is, the more potential energy our car has, and therefore the more kinetic energy it will transform into, and it'll go farther on our table. The lower our ramp is, the less potential energy our car will have, meaning the less kinetic energy it'll be able to transfer into.
Yep. All right, so let's test out a small one. You're gonna want half of a paper or half of a cup so that it can land on the table, so that your roller skate can land on it and you can measure how far it goes because it'll stop it from going off the table.
All right, let's try with a low ramp or high ramp first.
Let's try with the low ramp first. Right. This is our beginner skate. Let's try it out. All right, it went like a couple of inches. I would say about 16 inches. All right, so now we're gonna try with a higher ramp. This is for our more advanced skaters. Whoa, it almost went off the table.
That's crazy. So the higher our ramp was, the more potential energy our skate had. The lower the ramp was, the less potential energy our skate had.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of things to consider at the skate park, but don't worry, you'll get the hang of it.
Hey everybody! I'm so ready after that last experiment where we learned about roller skates. Josephine, I'm ready. I'm gonna get a pair of roller skates and I'm gonna go, okay? Bye.
No, hold on, Sally. That is not a good idea. You can't go roller skating without a helmet.
A helmet? What? No one uses those.
Everyone uses a helmet, whether they're roller skating or skateboarding or biking. They're really important, and in this experiment, I'm going to show you why you need a helmet before you go to the skate park.
You got me a helmet?
I did! There we go.
Oh, yes!
Make sure you're able to see. That's perfect.
Oh, perfect!
You look great, Sally.
Thanks. I'm gonna go tell Hannah about this experiment. I think it's important for her to see about helmets. You know, she rides a bike to work every day.
Oh, yeah. It's really important for Hannah to know that she has to wear a helmet if she's going to be using a bike so often.
Exactly, so I'm gonna go get her. I'll be back. But by the time I get back, you better be done with the experiment.
I'll see you later, Sally. All right, let's get started with our experiment. For this experiment, you'll need some different materials that you can find around your house. I'm using bubble wrap, egg cartons, cardboard, newspaper, and clay, but you'll especially need scissors, tape, and a watermelon or some other kind of melon. First, I want to draw my plan for my helmet. All helmets have certain components that they need to keep your head safe when you're skateboarding. Sally's helmet has a hard outer layer that will protect your head if it falls. For an outer layer, I can use something like a pie plate. I'm gonna sketch it out. Helmets also have an inner layer for even more protection if you do happen to fall down. They insulate the helmet and your head to keep you safe. I can use clay for my inner layer. Finally, your helmet will need something to make sure you stay comfortable when you're wearing it. The hard plastic and insulated layer of the helmet can be uncomfortable if you're just wearing it on your head. I can use bubble wrap to create a layer to make my helmet comfortable. Now it's time to build my helmet.
Oh, hey Josephine, guess what? I got Hannah, and I need a helmet for Hannah. You want to see?
Sure.
Oh, Hannah!
Hi, Josephine.
Hi, Hannah. I love your helmet.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is gonna work.
I think it will. It has the hard shell on it, just like my helmet.
Yeah, but Josephine, don't you think it's missing a few parts?
Well, let's see. Can you take off your helmet?
Well, it's kind of taped to my head. Hold on.
Oh, that doesn't sound
she
very safe.
said the tape would secure it on, but I think that's a little... All right, here you go.
You should be using more secure materials than tape if you're trying to attach something to someone's head.
Sorry, I told you.
For example, you can have a strap on your helmet like I had on mine.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I did that too with the string. Wait, why don't we just test out my helmet outside and you'll all see that I can make a helmet.
But Sally...
Helmets also need multiple layers to protect your head. In my helmet, I had outer layer and an inner layer.
We'll see about that.
Okay, but I just want to be clear. We're not testing these helmets on my actual head, correct?
Oh, no. That wouldn't be safe.
I was so worried there. What are we going to use to test these helmets then? Watermelon! Okay, that I can do. Let's go test this.
Now we're going to test out our helmets. We're up on a higher surface and we're going to throw the helmet down on the ground to see what happens to it.
Ready?
Ready!
All right.
It seemed to work. But you know what we can do?
What?
Go back to the laboratory and try again.
That's a great idea, but I do want to try my helmet first because I want to prove to Sally that this doesn't work.
All right, go ahead.
Ready?
Mhm.
Do you want to do it?
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it seems like we both need to go back to the laboratory and try again.
Let's go.
Well, we're back in the lab again. Sometimes experiments don't work on the first try, and scientists have to go back and fix their models to make them better. To improve my model, I'm going to use more insulation, bubble wrap, and create sturdier surfaces with these egg cartons, which are harder to break. Alright, I'm finished. I improved my design by adding an extra layer with pieces of egg carton inside it. Hopefully this trial will go better than the last one.
All right, second try. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Still needs to be improved a little bit.
But that's okay. You know, engineers in labs who make real helmets for kids to use on their heads go through so many watermelons.
That sure is true.
It takes a lot of trials to make a successful helmet.
It definitely does. Well, unfortunately, we don't have all day, but at home, definitely keep improving your own design until you have an excellent helmet. And until then, probably best to go buy a helmet from the store. Thanks, Josephine, for helping us with today's experiment and showing us, and Sally, why helmets are so important.
Yeah, no problem, Hannah. I had a lot of fun today.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.
Today we're going to be looking at our friend Joy and seeing all the science involved in her skating. Let's see what science is involved in Joy's first trick. Here Joy is using potential and kinetic energy. The higher up she is, the more potential energy she has. When she goes down, it turns into kinetic energy so she can go fast. She keeps using this potential and kinetic energy so she can keep going to each side, and so she could do her cool turns. Now, how is she standing when she has 8 wheels on her feet? Let's reverse it. She comes back up onto the coping and she balances on the middle of her skate and pushes her weight forward so she could stand. Whoa, did you see that? I think we're gonna have to reverse it and find out the science. As you can see, Joy is using her potential energy so she could get a lot of speed, and then uses her arms to twist all the way around and fling her body so she can rotate 360 degrees. To land a trick like that, you always have to be thinking about science. You have to be thinking about how fast you're going, when you're jumping so that you can get a good turn, and how you're landing and where your balance is. And sometimes it doesn't work out. Now we're going to point out some more science involved in these cool turns. Let's reverse it. One of the things that you need to do this is push off the ramp so that you can get some speed up, and you could go upward so your feet don't touch the ground. You could also see Joy's arms go above her head. That helps so that she can turn faster and it doesn't slow down her speed so she can make the full 360 rotation. Wow, thanks Joy for being our roller skating scientist and showing us all the science in skating.
Wow, I had so much fun today, and I wrote all the tips that the skaters gave me in this notebook. Oh, yeah, in this notebook here, and I'm gonna use them next time I go skating. I hope you probably after this.
Oh, Sally, that's awesome. It sure is cool to have a community of skaters to learn new things from.
Yeah, It was awesome. And also, it was awesome to learn about the science of ramps, like friction, angles, potential kinetic energy. Oh my, but we conquered it all.
We sure did. And we also learned about the importance of being safe while roller skating by wearing helmets and making sure we have elbow pads and knee pads.
Always wear your helmet, everybody, when you're roller skating. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of SCGLIve. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Have fun skating, Sally.
Thanks.
Bye. This episode of SCFG Live has been brought to you by National Grid, who supports Science Club for Girls' mission in making STEM exciting and accessible to all. Both National Grid and Science Club for Girls support women in STEM and are working towards making STEM more diverse, equitable, and inclusive. Science Club for Girls is a nonprofit organization that fosters excitement, confidence, and literacy in STEM for girls and young women from underrepresented communities with free experiential community-based programs. To help keep our programs free, please consider making a donation today. Learn more and donate at scienceclubforgirls.org.